Good morning, good evening, what time of day it is here. It's Siri on the air again doing a YouTube live stream. Well, today I went to Toronto this week and it was pretty good. Well, I took a nice new train station built in Stony Creek, a pretty marvelous, beautiful station. And I took a train from there all the way to Toronto Union. Oh man, it's very confusing. Get off at one of you. It's so confusing. I don't even know where I was. I got lost in Union Station trying to figure out, and finally I was able to figure out. Yep, I finally got the Via Rail ticket booth. It took me almost a 30 minutes to figure out where I'm just that too. Via Rail ticket booth. How did I get there? And finally I did get there. Got my ticket to London. That's great, but it was 20 minutes in a station that's so modernized, so renovated, you get lost in it. Huh. And the signage is not good. For I know that's really maybe that's something that I really remember. Then comes the next step is that then all of a sudden, while I was thinking about, well, maybe after that, I'm gonna go my favorite place, Hero Certified Booger. So I get there, I got off the subway, I take the subway up, got on the subway, took a train up to Woolsey, get off at Woolsey, walk up the stairs, and then guess what? I come out on the street over from Woolsey, but it was now I'm looking at myself, this is not right. I'm one block ahead. I could be one block ahead of the station. I couldn't figure this one out. Well, what did I do? So I turned around and I realized a little walkway between it. And I walked down and realized that they added a new entrance from a condominium tower into the subway so people in condo building can go right down to the subway without having to step outside. It's very nice, very convenient, of course. But wasn't too convenient for me at that point. Finally, I got on the right road. Then I made it all the way to play corner search and and Friday night, and I decided I'm gonna go visit, 519, Church Street, not sure, but 519, 519 Church. So I went over to 519. Well, it's like it, not even what it was. It used to be all gay pride and trans pride. It's none of that. It's just a drop-in for homeless people. Like it's really gone downhill. 519 on Turbo and that on the 519 on there have gone down the tubes big time. So oh man, that's no good. So I finally I decided I could go to what I did. I wasn't too happy about that. So I went to the hills. Go sit down. I'm eating a burger, Hero certified burger, having a most delicious hamburger I had. And finally, after that, I turned around and I was looking at myself, thinking, "Yeah, simple hero certified burger. I could just look down. I see this homeless guy sitting on a sidewalk. Wasn't sitting; he was on the sidewalk, and the horrid smell. Just a god awful smell. I could not see it. And I sort of thought, well, and something didn't quite look right. So I went over there to, walked up there to where it was to see if it, anything I can do. And lo and behold, it was worse. It is something I can turn. He was DOA, dead. Unfortunately, I'm not laughing. I'm pretty serious. I was looked at this boat. Soon I realized I'm looking at this. I'm looking at dead by homeless guy. The guy comes out of the store and says, "Well, he's just sleeping and that." And I said, "Look, the guy's dead. How long you been there? 4 days. Well, 4 days. I wonder why the whole freaking neighborhood stinks. Like, guys, his flesh is rotting. I mean, the guy said, don't even bother calling the cops. You know why? I don't want to blah, blah, blah. He go on. Well, I did call the police. Unfortunately, I fucking did. He got pissed and he walked into it. And don't come in my store. Now, the police came. They took the coroner and the fire trucks. And then the police went and they turned around. And lo and behold, when the police started investigating the guy who owned this store, turned out the man who owned the store didn't have a business license, and he was running a restaurant without a freaking license, and he allowed that to happen for his store and didn't do anything. And I said, you know what? I said, oh, no, there's a law. Said, if somebody called defecation of the remains of a human being, defecation of improper disposal. And while I said to myself, what in the hell? I mean, I know a guy, finally a cop walked in the store, talked to him, how long have it been? 4 days. Well, and he didn't even have a license to produce. And he turned around, decided to speak Arabic, all things. And the cop couldn't understand a word he was saying. And I turned around, we spoke both good English. Me, now I speak Arabic to you, hiding something, definitely. I said, oh, well, tell you what, now we're gonna tell you what. And he, you know what? Once I realized that he started speaking English pretty fast. I said, been there 4 days, and no, I didn't bother doing anything. Why? Because I didn't want to get my name in spotlight. It hurt. Well, do you have a license? Probably don't. That's not a business license. Well, you know what? You don't have a license. We know the cops. That's another thing. We're gonna get you one way or another. You know what? For defecating body, you're under arrest. And I said, dude, I said to store, do you have the keys for your door of the store? Yeah. Well, I told the cop what we did. We took him out in handcuffs and loaded in the back seat of a police car. I had a key. I locked the door up to a store and handed the cop the keys, and they took him away and searched him with operating without license, defecate the body. Oh boy, the homeless guy was taken down, caused of death, exposure. Yep. And starvation would cause death. No need for nothing. That was sort of something I don't want to see again. I've seen it twice. Twice I've seen it. It didn't happen here with somebody behind the store, behind the store, and in front of the store. Twice I've seen people on the street had died in front of me like that. And I just sitting there, just about puked up my hamburger too when I heard that. And the guy did nothing. Phil figure. That's typical in big cities. Matter of fact, Toronto police officers said, you know what? That I said to him, I didn't know I do it. Well, for one, he didn't do it because he doesn't have a license. Number two, he's in the country illegally. He's in the country illegally and wanted by Israel for being involved with Hamas. Oh my God. I really did. I must have done something right. I said, you did something right. Matter of fact, you caught him. We were trying to get him. Immigration wanted him bad. We got him. We got him in jail. Immigration, they're going to hand him back over to Israel. Going to hand him back over. They're going to actually deport him back to Israel where it came from. Well, that's interesting, So I caught something I didn't want to catch at the time. Now, that's interesting to me in my life. Got two things that seem to be where I put Jesus in the thing about PCA. We put Jesus. I put Jesus in the center of everything I do. Toronto, I put Jesus in the center. When I did that, things happen. Good things happen. If you don't put Jesus in, bad things happen. The devil have been doing it. You know what? Devil have tried. Mr. Satan have tried twice to do things. Every time the devil have Jesus in the center, the devil don't like it. Devil run. You know why? Because he get in the bottom. He'll be put in the bottom of the pit. Anyway, well, I'm gonna say one thing too is, well, I made it to Chinatown, and I go through in Chinatown, and I noticed it really. Chinatown have really changed in Toronto over years. You got down and the more Chinese restaurants in Chinatown than there were actual stores that sold. I went into a usual place where I buy some nice, bought a whole bunch of ladies' socks, about 42 pairs, about a case of ladies' socks, 44 pairs at one in Chinatown, which were great. I bought in wholesale for about $15 wholesale in Chinatown when I brought them back here, and I pair on right now. peak effect. Anyway, so well, so that was pretty good. And then after that, I got on a streetcar and rode down a streetcar. And I got out waiting. Finally, a streetcar came. I got on it, and it dragged along. It moved through the tunnel pretty quickly, and it made its way downtown, round by Harbor Car, into the tunnel, into Union, into the city. I get off there, and I come up the elevator, and I look around. Oh, no, where am I again? And I realized to myself, okay, I'm here. I got to go here, exit the subway. So I exited the subway station, went over in Macon, got some information about Toronto information on a TTC. Then after that, I turned around. I went in. I walked into the train station. And I went into the train. Then I walked in Union Station. Found out where the GO train can pick up from. So I get down to Concord. Find out a GO train didn't go until almost late in the afternoon, around about 4:52 in the afternoon. So I had to sit there for almost an hour and a half waiting till 4:52. Well, I could have gone and got to eat, but it's how I wait there till 4:50, which I did. Finally, 4:52, got off the platform. Then I forgot to cancel my ticket down there. I got to go down and tap on. So race back down, so tapped on, race back up again. And then guess what? Once I did that, I get on a train, rode back and got off at West Harbor Goldwell, tapped off there, and got on a King bus and headed home after that. I get home, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I come in, I sit down, lie down, have a nice relax, and then lo and behold, I didn't have good night's sleep because, oh boy, the snorer comes and was snoring all night in my bed and kept me awake all night with her snoring. Yeah, and I got snoring. Well, basically up was, one. I'm not going to say who or what because she's not here. I can't do that. But anyway, that one. And then I got up morning, and then finally last night I got some decent sleep. I now did doing a video here because I want to, tell people of everything that will happen in Toronto. Everything much today went fine work besides being fatigued. But on a money day, I ended up doing a lot of I did a money day. Beside that, got back and I did some more shopping on Friday, get my grocery done, all the bill paid up and everything. Hooray! And I still have money to go for month. That's a nice thing. But since I've been on old age, I had noticed a lot of things, like having that extra money every month, but not and keeping and saving your money all the time. Crimping it, I've done that. I try to crimp it on old age and too, like I'd done before. One thing I noticed, you have to crimp and save money for everything. I mean, you don't crimp. If somebody comes out and you need money for it, you don't have it. You know what happens? Then something happens. You know what that is? I can tell you. Well, you'll be stuck in a situation. Then you got to borrow money from cash money, whoever you borrow from, just to make that loan, to make something happen. Well, anyways, that, when you're on old age, you don't really have to do. All you have the money to keep on you and keep it. Not spend it foolishly and keep it good enough, and then turn around and then you have the money, and you even have $300 left in the account by the end of the month. And the month comes around, bingo, you might have more money in the account. See, that's the trick is. I try to keep that flow going in my account. So saving a little bit every month. I'm saving money, so I've saving $300 per month now, which is great because when I could save that money and not spend it. Then when I need to do work, or need to do something desperate in the way, or something really comes up, cost of money, then I can cover it. That's the neat thing about old age pension. I mean, about old age Social Security, you can do stuff with that. Not, worry about it, too much because you're gonna have the money to do. Not worrying about where you're gonna how you got money to pay. You got money to pay, so you have to pay. Well, anyway, that's enough said about that. But these are perks about old age security. Other perks that I like too is, well, the biggest thing I don't like about it is, government Canada advertised a dental plan. Oh yeah, it's great. It sounds good on paper. But what happens when it sounds good on nothing? It's no different. As a matter of fact, it covers way less than Ontario disability cover. And they say in the commercial, oh, it covers everything. No, no, it does not. It covers the basic. It only covers teeth. It doesn't even cover fillings. I got to get fillings. I had to pay for it, and I can't afford that. It's going to cost me more money there because of the limited coverage that a dental plan had. And that is very not nice. It's horrible. Suck the dental. That is one thing. A Canadian dental plan sucks. I mean, a lot what they're saying on the commercials doesn't add up to what they're saying on what you get when you're using a benefit. Anyway, I'm not happy about it, and I think maybe it's time to say, time to say that maybe people like that need to read the advertisement because that's sort of false advertising in a way too. There are other things around there too. You got to watch out for. Another thing, the scammers out there. Just recently, I heard of I want one show, Auto Auction Rebuilds, and I heard this one about scammers. A scammer went and scanned, Randy there, Randy Sear, with a lot of money, and say that with another person. I proved after one Friday won the car, didn't. Well, apparently somebody scammed him and scammed somebody else. And they scammers that sit in India and they come in the country legally and they hold them prisoner, hold them hostage or their ransom, just to make the money that to scam. So if you get a phone call saying you owe us money or you owe us this and that, well, hang up. Or you get a call saying Amazon package, somewhere there to sign for, blah, hang up. Don't even go there. Or get a call that says something like, you won a very nice luxury Cadillac sedan. You know what? And then hang up. Scam call. The thing to do is to protect yourself. If you see numbers you don't know, don't answer the call. Click, But it's time to me say thank you for listening. And you have a wonderful, productive day. And do me a favor, hit the like button here on YouTube and think. Hit the like button and do the best. And remember, subscribing is free on YouTube. And don't forget to tune me into 93.3 CFU on Monday for a radio show called The Peacemaker at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, tomorrow clock go back at 1 hour tonight. So don't forget to turn the clock back 1 hour. And I'm going to say thank you for listening. Have a wonderful and productive day. Thank you. And thank you for watching. Bye.